Hi everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria here, the Energy Queen with the energy update for this week. It is Sunday, March 9th, right now, and the energy update I had for you is that there are shifts going on in the physical world because there are shifts going on energetically. And I want to explain something to you, especially if you are somebody who is trying to bring light purposely into this world, whether you work with energy or you're just trying to be a positive person. Um, some people use the word light worker. Um, Really, I believe all of our souls are like light workers because we are all positive energy. That's all we're made out of. So we have spiritual gifts, just like each human has gifts, right? Your spirit has gifts too. And whether those gifts are activated or not depends on different factors. One of them is usually whether or not you're interested in that and actively seeking that activation. So I think all of us had the potential to be like workers, but I don't know if we all have the same purpose and destiny in life either. I think like when I say light workers, I just want to explain that like it's basically people who have come with a specific mission to be a leader at this time. So there are certain people who are leaders in specific ways. And basically, I think just being open to what you're feeling called to do, that's important to listen to because your mission is encoded in you, it's in you, and that's really where you're going to get the best information from um, because it's there. And getting still and also just noticing the way that you particularly react and interact with the world and what seems to be happening around you and guiding you in a specific way. It's really important to listen to that. And basically, I want to tell you like, it is so important to bring your light into the world. It is not easy though, all the time. And I want to explain this. So, I experienced this tonight, and I think it's an analogy for the energy that we're all going through right now, like the energy update. And it's that I cleared a bunch of energy in myself last night. I stayed home Saturday night. I just cleared and cleared and cleared, and I really just sometimes I get tired of you know, I just want things to be out of my system, so I'll do a lot of my work, Energy Queen Alchemy, and just really get rid of stuff. And so I always am curious about the next day of my life, like what that will be like, what will be different. And I was at work today and music was playing and I was like, just feeling really joyful, and I had a lot of energy. And I didn't have a lot of energy early in the day, and then I had this upswing of a bunch of energy, and that was so wonderful. I felt so joyful. And when your energy is clear, it feels so natural to be happy because that's what heaven's like, and that's what makes sense in heaven. That's what makes sense when you look at things from the bigger picture perspective. It's like it just makes sense to be joyful because God's in charge. So the clearer your energy is, the more you actually get back to that natural you that is truly joyful, not trying to be joyful. Like you just truly feel, this kind of mischievousness and, about life. And it's really fun. And I felt like it kind of like was infectious and people kind of thought it was cool. And then after a while I could feel people being like, okay, like we're done with that. Like it's like, now you're annoying me. And like, okay, like we get it, we get it. And that was a little bit hard because it's like, it reminded me that it is very true that when you bring a lot of light into the world, you're not always going to get a welcome response. You're not always going to get people being like, good job, we like that. Sometimes people will be like triggered. They'll be like, why aren't you sad like me? Why aren't you depressed? Like it almost makes them angry. And it's almost like you're showing them something that they could be and that they really are, because every soul is positive energy. So Every soul is from heaven. Every soul has that joy and knows that that's natural to you. And so there's something angry that comes up sometimes. And then so it can be difficult when you're the bearer of light to have people look at you and be like, get out of my face. And you're like, what? But I'm like bringing light into the world. And they're like, yeah, we hate that. So I want you to be aware of this, because it can make us sometimes feel unimportant or silly or naive or whatever it makes you feel. And the truth is that it takes more strength to be a being of light in this world. It takes more strength to, bring your light into the world on purpose. Because when people look at you and they think that, oh, you're just happy, whatever, blah, blah, like, annoying, we get it. Like, they don't realize that people who bring their light into the world in a purposeful way like that have overcome so much, because we're all in the human experience. We all have things to overcome. We all have difficulties. We all, like, you wouldn't look at me and think that I've been through the things that I've been through. At face value, I don't know what people think of me, but I don't know if you would, depending on how I feel that day. But I mean, like, people have said to me a few times lately, like, oh yeah, like you're you got all this like happy energy and stuff. And like, people don't know, like, I almost died, and I spent years suffering in illness in my 20s. I didn't go out, I didn't party, I didn't have friends, I didn't go to school, I could barely leave the house because I had an undiagnosed illness, which was Lyme disease. And sorry, kitties. And yeah, I suffered. I just suffered and suffered and suffered for years. And it took a lot of strength for me to get through that. And it took a lot of faith for me to rely on God to provide an answer for me so that I could live. It was basically, I realized today talking to someone about it, it was basically a near-death experience, because that's how I got the gifts that I have now. Seeing energy, being able to clear negative energy. That's where they came from. I couldn't see energy before that. And when you are in a near-death experience, your pineal gland opens up if you live, and you have new, latent spiritual abilities come alive. And I literally started to see energy visually in the world around me after that. I started to see it with my third eye strongly. Now I see negative energy in people's energy. I take it out to solve it. That's a supernatural ability. And where did that come from? Well, that came from something that was very scary. It was scary. It was a struggle. And it was not just for, people don't like being sick for a week. I was sick for years, and I never knew if it would end. And that made me very internally strong, gave me so much faith that I still carry with me. So that's just one example too of one thing that I have overcome. And I'm so grateful for that. I know that about myself. And I'm so grateful that when I work with people, I talk to people and they're going through things, you're going through things, you click on the link in the description. I put in all my videos, book a free consult with me. Nothing really surprises me anybody says, because God gave me the gift of compassion through struggle. I struggled with a lot of things. I'm not saying I've been through your exact situation, but the experience of suffering in some way, struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah, I really get it. I really have that compassion for you. And I'm so grateful for that. And so I think I want you to hear that if you're somebody who brings light into the world, people aren't always going to know what you've overcome to be somebody who comes back to the light, because the light is where you're from. The light is who you really are. And I think sometimes in life, people get stuck in the strenuousness of life, the depressiveness, if you just look at the physical world, that's the masculine side of life, then things do look pretty bad sometimes. And it is a struggle, and it does seem like money is the most important thing. And, it does seem like being alive, well, that's it, because we can't see anything else, right? So it's like we have to try to control that, try to get more power. And if you notice, like, the administration in the US right now and a lot of the ways that people are acting, you know, the billionaires and people with all this money who could help so many people with that, they're hoarding it because it's like, it is looking at life from that masculine only perspective. It's like, well, I have to keep this because that's all there is. And we all do that to some extent in life, don't we? We all think that we have to put that first and that that matters the most. And but if we do that, we become void of the joy. We become void of the very I mean, can't even say very rich spiritual world, because it's so much more than anything we even have in the physical world. It's like everything in the physical world is a reflection and a manifestation of the energies in the energy world first. And so you think of the beauty of this world, you think of the, you know, everything beautiful about this world, everything fun about this world, everything great about this world, everything high energy about this world is only a reflection of the frequencies in the energy world. So imagine how real that world is, the spiritual world, the energy world. It's more real. It's supernatural. It's actually not even bound by the laws that we have here. You can be in two places at once in the spiritual world. You're not bound by gravity. You're not bound by anything. It's like, it literally is a place of, it's more. It's everything we have and more. So, and that's the eternal world that you will go to. And it's not somewhere you even go to. It's like participating with us right now. It's like you're in it right now. So don't even think that you're gonna like, oh, I can't wait to like go to heaven someday and get out of here. It's like you're already participating. You know what I mean? And one thing that I've seen that I think is really cool, it's like heaven is a place of different places that reflect different high frequencies, because high frequency is exponential. You can go and go and go and go and go forever. There's never any limit to high frequency. You can just keep building it, and it is, any positive energy is eternal. So, hi baby, 1 minute, I'm almost done. Positive energy is eternal, so it's like a building block. You can once you create high energy, it will just keep creating it. You can't erase it. The only energies that I erase in sessions in my clients is negative energy. Positive energy stays. So positive energy, which is love, stays. You build this, and then, oh, now I can go here, and now I can go here. And so it's always, you're always building it. It's literally limitless. So that's what heaven is like. It's a place of different realms and different, like, you know, physical manifestations that reflect different frequencies. And so the energy, you guys, that you create through your life is it's like you're building places for yourself to go in heaven while you live. So the more joy you bring into the world, the more love you bring into the world, the more light you bear into the world, you get to enjoy those spaces that you're literally creating energetically while you're on Earth. So I didn't expect to be talking about this in the energy update, but I think that's really relevant for us to think about, because if we know that, then it's less normal for us to walk around depressed in the world. Instead, you'll be looking for opportunities to create light, because they're always there. The spiritual world is participating with you in your life. It's here. When you wake up and it feels like just another day, well, it's not, because the energy world's always changing. It's always different. Your physical life can look the same, but the nature of the energy world is so fast. You can even practice different beliefs. You can do affirmations. You can pray. Your energy will change, and then you're gonna see your physical world change. Like, and that's what I love doing with my clients in sessions, is I dissolve the negative energy. Your energy creates your reality. That's happening here on Earth too, not just in heaven. You can see evidence of that in your life. And so your life does get different. It gets more high frequency the more clear your energy is. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's like getting clear energy, you guys, it's not just about feeling lighter and feeling better and even looking better. It's literally your physical world has to upgrade, because your energy is different. Your energy creates the reality you live in. And so if you have a problem in your life, well, you can find the source of that problem inside. And if that gets dissolved, that problem has to change. It has to resolve in your reality. So anyway, I call it reality engineering. It's literally engineering a different reality from within. It's fascinating stuff. I love getting clinical and like scientific about energy. And so basically the overall message here is bring your light into the world. Sorry, my kitty is like in his tent and he wants to get out. I have to let him out. So bring your light into the world, because the world is not a place that is always going to be welcoming to the light. The world is a place where being depressed and sad and all those things is almost normal. Be a rebel and know that you're not alone in doing that, because Jesus was also rejected for bringing light into the world. He was killed. It's never going to be that bad for us, luckily. He transmuted so much. I mean, he really overcame all the negative energy through the resurrection, every negative frequency. And so now it's just like a hollow shell. It's not real. It doesn't have any power. But remember that, like, when God came here, a lot of people didn't think he was cool. They weren't, it was like almost like trendy to like be like, yeah, kill this guy. And it was like a mass thinking. And so the world isn't always going to be accepting of your light. It's not always going to be excited about it, but it will still matter. And that's your job. And there will be people, of course, that have been waiting for you, and that's who you're doing it for. So I hope that this helps you. I hope you feel the energy from me that's pure and reaching you. And when I talk, I don't just talk with words. It's my energy, my spirit also reaching you. And yeah, I hope this helped you. If you'd like to book a free consult with me, I do 20-minute free consultations. You can click the link in the description. I would love to talk to you and about getting clear energy. I gotta go. This kitty wants out of his tent. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Lots of love. Have a wonderful week. Bye.